Wait, did you just hear that? You did? Good, because that was the sound of darkness knocking at your door. But most people around the world, even right this second, ignore it. They will keep scrolling, keep watching cat videos, keep doing their business as if in some bubble of safety. But not you. You have that unshakable feeling deep in your soul. You sense it. Something is wrong. Listen closely. Darkness is real. Not just the absence of light, not just shadow or nightfall, but a real, malevolent force seeking to invade your home, fill your rooms, corrupt your sanctuary. And here's what's worse. You may not even see it. You may not even sense it, yet it lurks, creeping through the cracks, slipping in through hidden doors you never noticed. Did you know your home might have secret entry points? Forgotten crawl spaces, broken window seals, unlatched doors in basements, even portals in your mind that your fear and neglect have unlocked. And evil, the kind of evil we hardly speak of, does not respect boundaries. Evil does not knock politely. It sneaks in when you're distracted, when you ignore the warnings, when you lull yourself into complacency. Most frightening of all, it does not care if you believe it. It thrives on your doubt, your ignorance, your delay. Imagine a dark fog settling quietly around your home, invisible to your eyes, but invasive, like mist creeping over a graveyard at midnight. Listen again. Do you feel it yet? That primal fear? Good, and listen, because this gets deeper. I want to share with you a real story, a testimony, a warning. Pay attention. There was a family in a small, quiet town not far from here. A family like yours, like mine, loving, faithful, living day by day. But they started noticing something strange. Whispered voices in the night when no one was near. Steps echoing across empty hallways. Their dog wouldn't stop barking at something unseen. At first, they assumed it was stress, the creaks of an old house settling. It's nothing, they told themselves. Yet the unease kept growing. Then came the night of the first terror. It began with a sound, the sound of a door slamming shut, hard, without wind, without touch. Their youngest child screamed, clutching a blanket, eyes wide in fear, whispering about the shadow man watching from the corner. The father went to investigate. Nothing there. But from that moment on, the veil between peace and terror ripped wider. Strange cold spots plagued their bedrooms, rooms that had always been warm and comforting. Objects moved position by themselves. Mirrors cracked without cause. And worst, an oppression, a feeling of dread pressing down heavier and heavier. The family tried everything. Prayers whispered, salt lines cast, herbs burned, but nothing stayed the dark tide. Until one grave night, when all the darkness broke through. The child's fears became reality. Evil had crossed the threshold. That night, their house wasn't just haunted, it was overtaken. Doors opened on their own. Windows rattled madly while no storm raged outside. Shadows swirled in unnatural ways, twisting into shapes that made grown adults freeze with terror. It all culminated when the father woke to see a figure, not fully human, not fully shadow, standing at the foot of his bed. The figure stared with eyes like burning coals, and the room's temperature dropped so sharply his breath fogged in front of him. He shouted the name of Jesus, and the figure vanished. But peace never returned fully to that home. That family was unprotected. Had they known, had they acted sooner, had they spoken the prayer I am about to reveal, they might have sealed their home against that darkness forever. But they didn't. And now that story serves as a warning to every soul watching today. Now I ask you, does your home feel safe? Whisper, or do you sometimes hear noises in the night? A whisper, a creak, a knock, too strange to be ignored? Have you seen shadows move where no source of light exists? Do you wake tired, uneasy, fearful for your family's safety? If so, you are not alone. The spiritual battlefield rages everywhere. Your front door may close tightly during the day, but at night, when souls weaken, when prayers cease, when protection fades, evil tries to slip in. But here's the truth, and I want you to hear me very clearly. You are different. You are here because God led you here, right now, for a purpose. Because unlike many who ignore, you are ready to act. Ready to claim the power God offers. Ready to seal your home with the divine protection of this prayer, the weapon of heaven that evil fears. Let me remind you, truth is stranger and darker than fiction. The Bible itself tells us in 1 Peter 5:8 that your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone. He seeks your family, your children, your peace. But the word also says in James 4:7, submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Submission, resistance, and declaration, that is the key. So, are you ready to resist? Are you ready to stop evil at your doorstep? Are you ready to protect every inch of your home? Because the enemy waits for hesitation. The evil forces wait for delay. Their clock ticks. Your clock ticks too, ticking down to that midnight hour, the moment your chance to claim this protection passes. Now, I want you to place your hands over your heart. Feel your heartbeat, the steady drum of life, the beat of God's promise within you. Take a breath. Let the tension build. Feel the weight of this moment. Yes, this is about your house, but more importantly, it's about your home, the sanctuary of your family's spirit and rest. Do not let that sanctuary be breached. That was the voice of warning. That was the moment you choose who you are. Now, prepare your spirit for what comes next. The prayer that seals, shields, and saves. But before we get there, remember this warning. Evil only enters unprotected spaces. The door is open only when the prayer is left unsaid. The shadows creep only where the light is absent. Will your home be open? Or will it be sealed shut with the power of heaven? Think about your loved ones right now. Their safety, their peace. Can you afford to risk this? You have the power because God gave it to you. You have the choice because God gave you free will. Now you only need the word. Now you only need the prayer. The darkness waits for your silence. The clock ticks down. Are you ready? Stay with me, because next, I'll show you how this prayer works with the power of God backing every word you speak, and why the enemy runs screaming when you declare it loud and clear.